November is approaching us at a fast pace, and with this brand new month in Animal Crossing New Horizons, you know exactly what to expect, and that is a new set of bugs, fish, and sea creatures in the game. So in today's video, I'll be covering all the brand new bugs, fish, and sea creatures in the month of November for the Northern Hemisphere in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So let's get right into it. So to start off, if you are from the Southern Hemisphere and you want an in-depth guide for all the brand new bugs, fish, and sea creatures in the month of November for the Southern Hemisphere, there will be a link down below to my other video. But yeah, in today's video, I'll be going over all the brand new bugs, fish, and sea creatures in the month of November for the Northern Hemisphere. I do post these videos monthly, so if you do want to stay up to date with all the brand new bugs, fish, and sea creatures every month, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If I go too fast for your liking at any point in the video, feel free to pause the video when everything is up on the screen. So to start off, I'll talk about everything that is leaving at the end of the month of November for the Northern Hemisphere, so catch these before the month ends because they won't be coming around for a good while. So starting off with the fish that are leaving at the end of the month, we have the cherry salmon, the char, the golden trout, the midden crab, the guppy, the neon tetra, the seahorse, the zebra turkeyfish, bear knife jaw, and the ray. I quickly went over those just to make the video short and sweet, so that way I can actually talk about what the new stuff is this month and talk about those more in depth rather than talking about what's leaving at the end of the month. But if you do want more information about these, everything is on the screen that you need to know: the location, shadow size, time, and the price. All of these should be pretty easy to get, maybe except the golden trout actually, since that one is a pretty slim chance of that spawning on your island. You can get that one from the river cliff top, and it's very uncommon for you to come across it. It takes a lot of fishing before you actually catch it. It took me a while personally before I caught it, but yeah, besides that one, all these should be relatively easy to get if you're fishing a lot. Then as for bugs that are leaving at the end of the month of November, we have quite a few actually. So we have the monarch butterfly, the long locust, the migratory locust, the rice grasshopper, the cricket, the mantis, the orchid mantis, the violin beetle, walking stick, and the flea. I feel like these should also all be relatively easy to get, just like the fish, but the only one that you might have a difficulty getting is the orchid mantis, which is the one that spawns only on white flowers. What I did to get this one actually, since it took me a while to get it, is I just put a bunch of white flowers in a random area on my island, and I checked on it every now and then, and eventually a white mantis would spawn there. But yeah, besides that one, all of these should be relatively easy to get. As for the sea creatures leaving at the end of the month, we only have one, and that is the gosmee crab. This one should be relatively easy to get if you're doing a lot of swimming. That's all the sea creatures, bugs, and fish leaving at the end of the month, so if you don't have any of those, make sure you get them before the month ends. So moving on to all the brand new bugs, fish, and sea creatures new in the month of November for the Northern Hemisphere. Starting off, we have all the brand new fish. There's only 5 new fish. So we have the bitterling, which sells for 900 bells at the Nook's Cranny. This one can be found at the river on your island. The shadow size for this is tiny, and this one is available all day around your island. Then next up, we have the blowfish. This one can sell for 5,000 bells at the Nook's Cranny. This one can be found at the sea around your island. This one has a shadow size of medium to small, and this one is available from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. around your island. Then next up, we have the tuna, which sells for 7,000 bells at the Nook's Cranny, and this one is located at the pier. And if you don't know what the pier is, that's pretty much the dock on your island. The shadow size for this is huge, and this one is available all day. Then next up, we have the blue marlin. This one sells for 10,000 bells at the Nook's Cranny. This one can also be found at the dock on your island. Shadow size for this is also huge, and this one is also available all day. Then finally, we have the football fish making a reappearance finally, and this one sells for 2,500 bells at the Nook's Cranny. This one can be found at the sea around your island. The shadow size for this is medium to large, and this one is available from 4 p.m. to 9 a.m. around your island. That's it for all the brand new fish this month. You might have a hard time catching some of these since most of them are pretty hard to get. As for the tuna and blue marlin, those are shadow size of huge. It took me a long time to get the blue marlin when that was around back then. But besides that, if you do enough fishing, you should be able to catch these in no time. And next up, I'll be talking about all the brand new bugs this month. So there's only 3 new bugs this month for the month of November for the Northern Hemisphere. So starting off, we have the damselfly. This one sells for 500 bells at the Nook's Cranny. This one can be found flying around your island, and this one is available all day around your island. The next up, we have the mole cricket. This one sells for 500 bells at the Nook's Cranny. This one can be found underground, so you will hear a noise around your island. You'll have to follow that noise around, and once that noise is super loud in your ear, then you have to dig straight down, and it might take you a couple of digs before you find it, but eventually once you dig into the ground, you'll be able to pick it up out from one of the holes, and this one is available all day around your island. And then finally, we have the tarantula making a reappearance finally, and this one sells for 8,000 bells at the Nook's Cranny. This one can be found crawling around the ground similar to the scorpion, and this one is available 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. around your island. That's it for all the brand new bugs this month. I mean, the hardest one for me out of all 3 of these is probably the mole cricket. The tarantula, if you're playing a lot past 7 p.m., you'll be able to run into a couple of those. But as for the mole cricket, I feel like it's pretty hard to get since it's very confusing on how to catch it. So basically, like I said, you'll just have to follow around the noise. It makes a very loud cricket noise, and then you have to follow around that noise, and eventually when you're in that area where it's the loudest, then you just have to start digging a bunch of holes, and eventually you will be able to pick it up. I mean, I had a hard time getting it at first since I was very confused on how to get it, but besides that, it should be pretty easy to get once you know how to get it. So next up, we have all the brand new sea creatures this month. So starting off, we have the dungness crab. I know for a fact I said that wrong, so let me know in the comments down below how to say it. I actually want to know how to say that properly. So this one sells for 1,900 bells at the Nook's Cranny. Shadow size for this is medium, and the swimming pattern for this is moderate, consistent movement, and this one is available all day around your island. Then next up, we have the red king crab, which sells for 8,000 bells at the Nook's Cranny. This one has a shadow size of large, and this one is available all day on your island, and the swimming pattern for this is quick. Then next up, we have the sea cucumber, which sells for 500 bells at the Nook's Cranny. Shadow size for this is medium, and this one has a slow, consistent movement, and this one is available available all day around your island. Then next up we have the sea pig, which sells for 10,000 bells at the next cranny. Shadow size for this is medium. This one has a fast swimming pattern, and this one is available from 4 p.m. to 9 a.m. around your island. And next up we have the snow crab. This one sells for 6,000 bells at the next cranny. This one has a large shadow size, and the swimming pattern for this is fast, and this one is available all day around your island. That's it for all the brand new sea creatures this month. Judging off the fact that the snow crab, sea pig, and red king crab have high selling points, I'm assuming those have low spawn rates, so those might be a little bit hard to get. But as for the sea cucumber and the dungness crab, those should be pretty easy to get. And yeah, that's all the brand new bugs, fish, and sea creatures for this month. I hope you learned something new from today's video. If you did, please drop a like on the video. If you do want to stay up to date with all the brand new bugs, fish, and sea creatures every single month, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I do post these monthly. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.